What if I told you that the secret to ultimate freedom has been hiding behind the very thing you've been fighting your entire life? That the cosmic joke everyone's missing is that we're all desperately trying to control something that was never meant to be controlled in the first place. Today, we're diving into what philosopher Alan Watts called the cosmic giggle, and why letting go might just be the most rebellious act you can perform in a world obsessed with control. Picture this: you're white-knuckling your way through life, micromanaging every detail, planning every outcome, and fighting against the current of existence itself. Sound familiar? Well, here's the punchline that took humanity thousands of years to figure out. And it's so simple, it's almost insulting to our intelligence. Ready for it? You were never in control to begin with. And that's not a bug in the system, it's the feature. Alan Watts had this incredible way of pointing out the absurdity of our human condition without making us feel terrible about it. Instead, he invited us to laugh at ourselves, to see the cosmic comedy in our relentless efforts to manage the unmanageable. Think about it for a second. We spend our days trying to control our thoughts, control other people's reactions, control the weather, control the stock market, control aging, control death itself. It's like watching someone try to lasso the wind, and somehow we've convinced ourselves this is not only possible, but necessary for happiness. But here's where it gets interesting. The moment you truly understand that control is an illusion, something magical happens. It's not despair that follows, it's relief. It's like that moment when you finally stop struggling in quicksand and realize that relaxing actually helps you float. The cosmic giggle isn't cruel laughter at our expense. It's the gentle, knowing chuckle of recognition when we finally get the joke we've been missing all along. Let me paint you a picture of what this looks like in practice. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, running late for an important meeting. The old you would be gripping the steering wheel, cursing at red lights, calculating alternate routes, your blood pressure spiking with each passing minute. But someone who's caught on to the cosmic joke, they're sitting there, maybe even chuckling, recognizing that this traffic jam is just life being life, completely indifferent to their personal schedule. They're not passive or defeated, they're just not wasting energy fighting reality. This isn't about becoming a doormat or giving up on goals and dreams. That's where most people misunderstand the concept of letting go. They think it means becoming passive, accepting mediocrity, or abandoning responsibility. But that's missing the point entirely. True letting go is actually the most effective way to navigate life, because you're no longer swimming against the current. You're learning to read the water and move with it skillfully. Watts used to talk about how we've created this illusion of separation between ourselves and the universe, as if we're independent operators trying to force our will upon an uncooperative world. But what if you're not separate from the flow of existence? What if you are the flow? This shift in perspective changes everything. Instead of trying to control life from the outside, you start participating in it from the inside. Here's a practical example that might blow your mind. Think about breathing. Right now, as you're listening to this, your body is breathing automatically. You're not controlling it, managing it, or forcing it to happen. It just flows naturally. But the moment you try to consciously control your breathing, it becomes awkward and forced. Life works the same way. The things that flow most naturally and powerfully in our lives are often the things we're not desperately trying to manipulate. The cosmic giggle reveals itself when you realize how much energy you've been wasting on this futile attempt at control. It's like discovering you've been trying to push a door-marked pool for years, and everyone was too polite to tell you. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, and the relief is so profound it's almost funny. But let's get deeper into this, because there's a beautiful paradox at play here. The moment you stop trying to control outcomes, you actually become more effective at creating the life you want. Why? Because you're no longer operating from a place of fear and desperation. You're not making decisions based on what might go wrong or how to force things to go right. Instead, you're responding to what's actually happening in real time, with clarity and presence. This is where the liberation comes in. When you let go of the exhausting job of trying to manage the universe, you free up enormous amounts of mental and emotional energy. Energy that was previously tied up in worry, planning, controlling, and resisting can now be channeled into creativity, joy, connection, and authentic action. What's often pointed out that our attempts at control are based on a fundamental misunderstanding of how change actually works. We think change happens through force and willpower, but the most profound transformations in nature happen through allowing and flow. A seed doesn't force itself to become a tree, it simply allows its nature to unfold under the right conditions. Water doesn't force its way to the ocean, it follows the path of least resistance and inevitably finds its way there. The cosmic joke extends to our relationship with time as well. We're constantly trying to save time, manage time, make time, as if time were some kind of commodity we could stockpile. But time isn't something you have, it's something you are. This moment, right now, isn't something you're experiencing. It's something you're participating in as an integral part of the whole cosmic dance. When you really grasp this, planning becomes a different activity entirely. Instead of rigid blueprints for forcing specific outcomes, planning becomes more like setting intentions and remaining open to how they might manifest. You're still taking action, still moving toward your goals, but you're holding them lightly, ready to pivot when life presents unexpected opportunities or obstacles. The humor in all this is that once you stop taking yourself so seriously as the director of your own movie, life becomes infinitely more interesting. Plot twists become adventures rather than disasters. Unexpected detours become discoveries rather than failures. You start to see that the universe has a sense of humor, and it's been trying to get you to laugh along all this time. This doesn't mean becoming careless or irresponsible. If anything, it means becoming more responsible, more capable of responding skillfully to whatever arises. When you're not locked into rigid expectations of how things should be, you can see more clearly what actually needs to be done in any given situation. The cosmic giggle is ultimately about recognizing the playful nature of existence itself. Life isn't a problem to be solved or a test to be passed. It's a dance to be danced, a game to be played, a joke to be gotten. And the punchline is always the same. You were never separate from the cosmic process you were trying so hard to control. So here's your invitation to join the cosmic giggle. The next time you catch yourself white-knuckling some aspect of your life, trying to force an outcome or control a situation, take a step back and ask yourself, what would happen if I let go here? What if I trusted the process? What if I participated instead of trying to dominate? You might just discover that the universe has been waiting for you to relax into your role as a conscious participant in the grand cosmic comedy, where the ultimate punchline is that there never was anything to figure out in the first place. Only something magnificent to be